Welcome to Signals on 91.3 Lagos Talks. This morning we're going to be speaking with let me on his mic, and the conversation this morning is the lens of an entrepreneur. Very special thanks to Brandley House for making this happen. Is a passionate, versatile entrepreneur with over 16 years of experience in creating and growing businesses that makes a difference. He's the founder and CEO of Phillips, a business development consulting company, and Oga Landlord, a real estate company that sells affordable lands and properties in developing areas of Nigeria. He's also a digital marketing consultant who helps businesses leverage the power of the internet to reach and engage their target customers. A degree in business admin from the University of Lagos, he has developed strong skills and knowledge in brand strategy, business process development, online marketing, strategic planning, and leadership development. He is a prolific writer and trainer who has authored a 100-plus page ebook on entrepreneurship, published several articles on business and entrepreneurships, and earned the World Bank's Group Digital Skills Trainer certification. He's on a mission to help businesses and people become significant, unique, and useful. I have with me Tito Phillips. Welcome to welcome to Signals, and I think our paths first crossed at Wimbys. And I'm like, oh, so this is the person that Bradley House used to talk about. I said, and then myself and Bradley House were discussing, and she was like, oh, you should have him. I said, okay, it's fine. And here he is with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
So we're having a conversation before we went on about entrepreneurship, and share with us why you decided to leave Canada. Yeah. And come back all the way to Nigeria. Let's build up from there.
Okay, thank you so much, Oshidi. So basically, the Jackpot dream is almost like every Nigerian youth's dream. Everybody wants to go there to make a life for themselves. They sell us this vision that everything is smooth over there. So I decided in 2023 to go and try it out. I got a 4 years multiple entry visa to Canada to go and try out this Japa prospect. Yeah. So I got to Canada. I was in Toronto for about 5 months, from November to like April, and I realized something that was quite very, very significant. I realized that this jackpot would usually mean you give up your previous life. My profile was just read. I've been an entrepreneur all my life. I've been passionate about the development of people, businesses, and life in Nigeria. So I thought I could continue that extension of my life in the diaspora. But alas, it wasn't that at all. So the first thing that hit me was the fact that I had to go and learn a new skill. I had to live my entrepreneurial life because Canada didn't need another entrepreneur. They probably figured out their systems already. So they needed people, laborers. They needed workers in specific industry. So if it wasn't healthcare, if it wasn't construction, if it wasn't the food industry, they had already defined the places where they needed people. So I first tried to get a job as a digital marketer, and every application I submitted, I was like maybe the 1004th person. So I just told myself that this wasn't working. I was still relying on my Nigerian income. I was spending about 200k on a monthly on a weekly basis. So in a month I was doing like 800k to sustain myself. Then I realized that this dream of jackpot is not working. They wanted to take my destiny, they wanted to take my identity, they wanted to take my purpose, and those are things that I was not going to trade for any reason. These are things that give me meaning. I might not have 1 naira or 1 million or 10 billion in my pocket, but if I have meaning, I have everything it takes to rebuild. So I wasn't going to trade that off just because they had constant power supplies or because they had good roads. And incidentally, I realized that there are also potholes in abroad. I didn't know before, you know.
Nice. It'll be nice.
So it was the first thing that first shocked me. So I was like, so they get pothole too that they also cover. So some of the potholes are also as big and as very, very deep that they now use iron to cover them. So they don't even like run another coaster on top. So they use iron to cover them. So that's some of the things that I realized. So I was like, it's not as rosy as all the promises and all the stories we hear. So I decided to come back with an holy anger to tell people that we don't have to sell ourselves. We don't have to become glorified slaves. We don't have to give up purpose, destiny, and meaning in order to go and survive abroad. So I started my Entrepreneurial.com. I relaunched it. When I came back on my 40th birthday last year, I just took it to another level beyond what it has been. And
so yesterday was his birthday, so happy birthday. So let's continue.
Thank you. And so I just took it from what it was. It was an entrepreneurship blog that I personally wrote on for the last 14 years. So I decided to turn it into a full media outfit, a business media outfit. And our sole purpose was very simple. We wanted to ignite a new generation of Nigerian entrepreneurs that would not just be local, but they would also be global. They would produce products and services that we can export to outside the country, and we can earn these dollars in Nigeria. So you don't have to necessarily jackpot. You don't have to become a caregiver when it was not in your natural
DNA
or your DNA. You don't have to go and read nursing because that's what a particular country requires. You don't have to become a cog in a developed country system. You can still find your place and your purpose on earth being in Nigeria. So I started a campaign that comprises just two sentences: achieve greatness within, export greatness without. So
it's almost sounding like aspire to prosper, but okay.
Yeah.
Achieve greatness within and export greatness out.
Export greatness without. So we don't have to run. We can be in Nigeria and be great in Nigeria. Then our products and services can go and earn those dollars for us. So that's essentially what became the new identity and the new purpose for Entrepreneurial. And we have been pushing that across our different platforms. And come October, we are holding our very first event. It's called Mindfest, Made in Nigeria Entrepreneurs Festival. So at that festival, we're also doing this on a bigger scale. Okay. We are calling all the Nigerian SMEs and entrepreneurs to come together to tell them that we can build globally competitive businesses.
Now, ever since you've come back from Nigeria, ever since you've been back home and started the Nigeria Entrepreneur.
Yeah.
I will adjust. What businesses have we exported?
Okay. So since that time, personally on our own end, we haven't done any exports. We are currently developing a product that will be exporting soon. It's going to be a business support app that can be used by anybody in Africa. So it's going to be called Entrepreneurial Pro. The app is going to allow SMEs to learn, to cope, and to grow. So there's a subscription base that's from our own company, Mind Media Limited. So beyond that, we've been able to come across other entrepreneurs that we have spoken to, we have interviewed, we have spotlighted, people that are essentially doing great stuff. So one of these people is I'm permitted to call brand names.
No, but call their names.
Alright. So one of these people is Fufu Factory. Fufu Factory, it's a Nigerian food brand that does cassava produce. So they turn it into different things that can be used to eat. So they have fufu, they have lafun, they have so many derivatives from the cassava product, and it's beautifully packaged. They will be at Mindfest. You guys can check them out online too. Just Fufu Factory, that's their name. So these products are NAFDAC registered and they are exporting them. So outside the country. So and they are based in Nigeria. Very beautiful world-class packaging. If you see their products, I the first time I came in contact with them was through the Lagos Angel Network, and I was like, wow, this is made in Nigeria, and these things are not
made in Nigeria product. But sometimes the argument is they're expensive. They're overly expensive as against the the ones that they ship in for us.
Okay, so this
Because there's a subtle fight between the GMOs and the everybody's.
screaming whether certain products are healthy and not healthy.
Yes.
So this is it. The economy is still, and the country is still helping our SMEs to stabilize.
Eh?
Yes,
Did
yes,
you
yes,
say the economy is
yes,
helping us to
yes,
stabilize?
yes,
Oh yeah,
yes,
give me a
yes,
superior
yes,
argument.
yes. So everything has been scattered over time.
True.
We're just in the process of rebuilding Nigeria. Dollar was a big issue for us because of the previous things that has happened in the country. So we're trying to business the ease of doing business was difficult. So the new
difficult.
government is trying to amend some of those things gradually
To reduce inflation.
to
Go ahead.
enable us to thrive. So the general business landscape is expensive to operate in Nigeria, and that's what affects the end product of our services. That's why it's usually expensive. So those other ones that come in, they have very good working environment. They might not be gen, like they have power supply that reduces their cost of production, but we have so many cost of production challenges that makes our prices high. So if with time, look at what happened with the Nigerian rice. I played in that space in 2020. Yeah,
Okay.
after COVID, yeah. So when COVID drove everybody inside now, so I asked myself, I'd already spent so much money on my lands for my Oga landlord business. So I had bought a couple of lands, but we could not go to sites now to develop. So I still had some money with me. What would I do with this money? Would I go and gel everybody in Jensen? So everybody's eating. So let's eat. So I brought a trailer load of rice from the north. Cost me like about, I think, 16.5 million. I uploaded all the 600 bags in my sitting room. We were sitting on rice.
Shout out to your wife. Thank you.
You know that can be crazy. Like, yeah.
It takes a lot to manage this human being.
You
uploaded 600 bags inside the sitting room. Oh, yeah,
so my Jeep was the distribution vehicle. So every morning we just load up like 10 bags, 5 at the back seat, 5 at the boot, and started marketing Nigerian rice. You know, so
and how did that go?
It was going very well. We sold 400 bags.
Oh,
good. It was remaining 200. Then NSAS happened.
Yeah. Don't you pay for us? We need to sort of okay. We needed to sort of okay.
You people just ran me out of business.
Sorry. And you sold 400 bags.
Yeah. So what happened? They opened the border. So our Nigerian rice could not sell. They started selling the imported rice at 11K. And we're selling our Nigerian rice at, I think, 23,500.
Yeah, so they crashed the market.
They spoiled the market. People didn't buy. We were already doing well. So where was I going? When the first Nigerian rice came out, they were doing like 35,000, 40,000. And over time, as the factors of production kept improving, the prices started coming down. And because we didn't get alternatives, people were forced to patronize. As they were patronizing, the prices were coming down.
So what?
Then eventually, when they opened border, the thing scattered.
So let's run a game, right? What would you rather prefer? And this is, I'm also throwing it out. Should we close the border?
I am pro close border.
Or should we open the border?
Close it.
Why should we close the border?
If we don't close it, we will not build what we have within. The moment there's an alternative to every problem from abroad that is coming, we will not build our homegrown ones.
Okay.
That's how every other economy. Which variety? We have not thrived. We are saying that we should be having what will kill us. You understand? So that's what we're trying to do. We have not thrived now. So it's the only way we can go. Look at what's happening to the petroleum industry now. With the Dangote. Yes.
Price.
Yes.
But sometimes that one too will increase 850, will come back to 890.
It's still what happened when GSM came. We have a problem in Nigeria. We just want the problem to go away overnight. We don't want to pass through the journey. There will always be a process now. GSM came, we bought the first line at 300 and something thousand.
But now it's now.
Why?
Crash of market.
Global entered the market, a Nigerian brand, and he gave all the other two people a run for their money.
But that green should upgrade the network very well.
Yeah, so he has done his place that time. He
Yeah.
helped to like reduce the cost
2917.
of
2917.
he helped to reduce the cost of communication for us. He brought the per second billing,
Yeah,
you know.
true,
So,
true. We have to give him that.
that was a game changer.
But why then do you think that we don't have as many more players as against the monopolistic players
In that sector,
in all the sectors?
or in all the sectors. So basically, that's also something that government will help out with on the long run,
Okay.
because some people have turned certain industries into a cartel.
Okay.
So they are becoming gatekeepers for certain industries. So when a new player wants to enter, they just deliberately make it difficult for you to play in.
Does that mean that blacks are doing blacks?
I know that one is
global.
No, it's a default setting. Blacks are the enemies of blacks.
But why?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've also been asking that question. So whites are very collaborative. Blacks are very competitive. So we
Is it that the colonial masters brought in discord amongst us? Because we used to be very unified.
So until you want to do something that will pass your neighbor. So our uniformity is only for jollification. The moment it becomes to be like, the guy is now having more farmlands than me, envy begins to set in.
Then there's something wrong with the mindset of the black man.
Yes, I don't know where it originated from, whether it's follow come, but I don't believe it's follow come from heaven. So I don't think so.
And with all the religious houses we
yes,
have.
with all of those, we still have that spirit of not wanting the progress of another black man. So you always want to be the only shining black man. So I think it's poverty.
And that's poverty of the mind.
Mm.
So
I agree.
With you running Entrepreneurial, how can opportunities be spotted in the seemingly overlooked areas? Because you decided to sell rice during COVID. If you open, tell us.
Okay, so basically every business begins with an identification of a problem. So that's how every business starts, whether it's a product or service based business. So I tell entrepreneurs to always go in search of problems. So look for problems that people are not solving well enough, because basically Nigeria is still a place that has so many problems. So just look at the problem and see whether people are solving it well enough. So like for example, what we are doing with our company, we notice that there are 82% of failed businesses in Nigeria, according to SMIDA. Like 38 million businesses are on life support, so they fail within 5 years. So, but what is being done?
Is it so? What do you think is the problem of the failed businesses? And very well done to business owners.
Yeah,
that's number one, because it's a lot of
it's not easy.
Yeah. So, but what do you think is the problem? A lot of times they'll say, "Oh, it's money. Money is the problem. Or knowledge is problem." What do you think is the problem? I haven't interviewed different entrepreneurs.
Thank you. I like that you said I haven't interviewed. So in our talking and interviewing entrepreneurs, we broke the problem into 3.
Okay. What?
So it's just 3 problems. They have head problem. So the average Nigerian entrepreneur is an accidental entrepreneur. Now condition push and enter.
It's hunger.
Hunger.
Okay.
So they are driven by the drive to put food on their table. So they are hungerpreneurs. Yeah. So but that mentality.
I know.
So that mentality alone affects the very psyche and mindset that you go into business with. So
now, so pause on that.
Yeah.
Right. Having been to Canada and back, they have a system that works.
Yeah.
Why can't we have a system that works? Because there are entrepreneurs too in Canada.
Yeah.
Right? They also suffer the same issues, but theirs is not more or less an accidental.
Yes.
There is a problem they need to solve because the system has been taken care of.
Yeah,
but here in Nigeria,
yeah.
we have a lot of hungry people who started entrepreneurship because of hunger.
Yes.
And you cannot blame them because the system.
No, we don't. We don't.
Oh, yeah, go back.
Yes. So the thing is, don't allow hunger to be your only motivation.
Okay.
Yeah, because entrepreneurship is too difficult a solution to pick to solve your hunger problem. I'm going to repeat it in another way. Entrepreneurship is too hard that you pick it as a solution to solve your hunger problem. There are easier solutions for hunger problem. So you picking entrepreneurship to solve your hunger problem basically means you just want to suffer more than you were currently suffering before you started. Because entrepreneurs get paid last. So hunger is what drove you to start the thing. You now want to start something that they will pay you last. You want to die.
Okay, so hunger is too big to hunger is too small to start a business.
Yes.
Okay.
So
The second one.
So they have a head problem. So there's nothing in their head. They have low business IQ. So the second thing is the art. So their art is heavy. Entrepreneurship is difficult, like I said. So there's a dark side of entrepreneurship. Yeah, so you will fail. They will not pay you. They will reject you.
You will submit invoice. They will reject the invoice.
You will be asking yourself, who sent you on this journey? So it's not something you go and make it quickly. It's something that you go and you will suffer before you make it. So that process makes several entrepreneurs to be very psychologically drained.
And depressed.
They'll be burnt out. And the only person you can talk to is your brother, your wife, or your family. And those ones are probably working and they are looking at you. Who sent you on this thing?
Literally
Who
sent you. Yeah.
So that's the side. So their heart is heavy, so they are tired.
Okay.
Then lastly, the problem of their hands, and that's where the funding problem comes in. Most Nigerian entrepreneurs, their hands are empty. So you have a frustrated entrepreneur that does not know what to do. They are tired and they are now broke. There's no money in their hands. So there's no resources, there's no tools. So those are the three problems: head, heart, and hand.
Wow.
That's what is affecting the Nigerian entrepreneur. So the level or the percentage of where it now affects its individual is different. So some people have more hand problem than head problem. Some people have more heart problem than head problem. So it's now that those compositions that now make it different.
So it means that a lot of entrepreneurs are in hand problem because they need money.
So a lot of them even have money. I have friends that was doing well in 2016. He was doing 25 million per annum, and he still jackpot.
So that's a heart problem.
That's a heart problem. Now let me bust your bubble.
Yeah.
He now jackpot and just disappeared from the face of the earth.
He will come back.
So we are praying for him
To come back.
Yes, because he's not doing business. He's not doing. We don't know what he's doing anymore. So that's part of a heart problem. So the money was being made, but this person felt that I could give up my dream for something else. Now he has gone in search of that something else and realized that that something else did not exist. He's not now coming back to his dream. So the first time in his life that he ever walked in his life was abroad. So that's a heart problem. So I tell people that it's just different. If you feel it's only money that is the problem, we are all missing the point. Some people burn out.
Yeah, there's a massive burnout.
They just get tired. Yeah. And you see so many business owners that leave their businesses and go and pick up a caregiver job abroad. It's not that they were not doing well. Some people will sell. I've heard stories of doctors that own hospitals and they shut it down and they just carry their family and they just jackpot.
So is it a systematic problem, or it's just that they are just tired?
It's tiredness. It's the heart. When the heart is too heavy and there's
so much the mind can
they just get tired. And the reason is because generally we have not done well in also encouraging and supporting and celebrating our entrepreneurs. Okay. Yeah, so nobody shares them on, nobody encourages them, nobody says.
So is it because the Nigerian system is built for 9 to 5? Because really, it's go to school, go and get a job.
Yeah, so and it's the same thing I just said. That's the narrative that is at the forefront of the Nigerian system. On the other side of the climb, the narrative at the forefront are the entrepreneurs. Okay. So you will see a US celebrating their entrepreneurs. They are always pushing them out there, encouraging them to be founders.
And they don't collect their money for politics.
You get, so that's the thing. So the narrative is that you should create, you should invent. China is doing the same thing. Every household must produce something, must do something. So it's what the society encourages that you see more people become. Okay. It's what we celebrate that we naturally just acclimatize to. So by the time we begin to now make entrepreneurship cool, more people can begin to now take that part.
Okay, hold on a second. It signals on 91.3. We have Tito Phillips, and the conversation is the lens of an entrepreneur. Call us, send a WhatsApp message 0809-234-5913, or you can call us 0704-700-8913. If you have questions for him, 0704-700-9913 or 0704-100-7913. Now, still the lens of an entrepreneur, and for him who's interviewed different entrepreneurs so far, what you've talked about, Ed, that's hungry, you've talked about hearts, you've talked about hands, and you've also talked about celebrating entrepreneurs. Now, with the 82%,
38 million.
38 million. How then do we revive the 38 million businesses who's shut down, who's tired, and to a lot of entrepreneurs who have been burnt out? Because I'm an entrepreneur and God knows that
You're not burn out, okay? They did not burn you well. You are not a made in Nigeria entrepreneur. Burn out is what we do every day.
We shouldn't just glorify burnout.
Yeah, it's not something to be glorified. No.
There are some days where, I, for example, I'm like, I cannot even tell myself who sent me message because.
Yeah, no. So the first rule, the first thing I tell everybody is, especially in our system, you must just realize that that's why hunger is not the best motivation to start. The hunger is good, is there. Admit the hunger, but don't make it your sole reason.
So what should be our sole reason?
To solve a bigger problem, to make a difference. So you will not be wondering. So you will not be wondering, how can an hungry person make a difference?
Okay.
That's the balance that we need to now do.
The difference was to keep the maker. The difference was to keep the maker.
There's no how, because at the end of the day, if we are not downplaying that motivation of hunger, we will not be able to build businesses that will be world class.
Okay, so I have messages from Facebook, live Facebook. Madam Funke says that we don't trust our system. That's number one. Number two, she's also saying that we should not. Okay, and they are here for you this morning. Hello, good morning.
Sorry, let me put up my.
Thank you.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Your name or where are you calling us from?
Yeah. My name is Shegun. I'm calling from Mojota.
Okay, Shegun.
Good morning. Yeah, I salute the man that's with you. He's talking about entrepreneurship, and I've been there since 2008. And because my wife kept wondering, how is this man making it? And sometimes I'll just sit down myself. I said, man, this can only be God. Because sometimes I always want to jackpot and just go and hide somewhere. But that's the one thing about the entrepreneurship, that it carries a lot of spirit, because you have to ensure that you network yourself. And in this part of the world, all what he has mentioned is the absolute truth. I'm telling you, you have to make sure that sometimes that burning out, just go somewhere and rest and just think. And do you know why I actually called is just to let you know that one of the difficult thing is that especially when you do buying and selling, we don't manufacture most of these things here. And the guys that have the power to bring them in, they always take advantage of it. So the system is not well controlled. That's why a lot of people, you will sell something today at this particular rate, and tomorrow it's not the same thing. You are not in control of the price. The government is not monitoring everything. There's a lot of fake product out there. There's so many things. That's why people are always discouraged. I'm telling you, Nigerians are hardworking people. We have the brain, we have the tenacity, we have the intuition, we have the strategy, but the society, because I always tell people, Nigeria is not a society. Do you get? Because there's a big gap between the buyer and the seller. And the seller ought to be monitored by the government so that it will ease the burden from the buyer. Do you get? But if you look at everywhere else in all other nations, you will see that government always have emphasis on the seller. You cannot sell anything that will bring negative stuff to the buyer. So government always control them. That's why they cannot sell any fake things. But Nigeria, we have a long way to go. I'm telling you, that's why I'm speaking like this. Thank you so much.
No, together. Now, so well done. 2002. The calls are coming in. Call us 0704 700 9913 or 0704 100 7913. So, Madam Funke is also saying that we shouldn't forget electricity. That's another part of the system.
Yeah. So the systems, the problems they are bound. Yeah. That's why I said, as the Nigerian entrepreneurs, as made in Nigerian entrepreneurs, the focus should not be to just put food on the table, because you would eventually just get tired, or eventually you will not solve that problem of putting food on the table,
and then you have to continue again.
So you now ask yourself, so what is left? That's why we see a lot of businesses fold up after the founders die.
Yeah, speaking of that, how then do we be?
It's the mindset.
No, but how then? We largely speak on mindset, right? How then do we have legacy business? Because you and I are not in it for hunger.
So so that's the difference maker.
Okay.
When purpose is what you set out to accomplish. So here's the thing that people have not agreed. There's profit in purpose.
Okay.
Chasing purpose does not mean you won't make profit.
Tito Phillips says there is profit in purpose.
Yes. 100.
You know why? So I like the fact that you're saying there's profit in purpose, and because for every business owner, there's a long term that, okay, I want to leave this for my children. The question is, will my children take over the business? That's number one. Number two, and see, let me pause and say this: there is a Lapo and Nepo conversation trending in, and the truth is this: a lot of us are Lapo babies, right? And there's nothing wrong with the Nepo babies. There's nothing wrong with the Nepo babies. What I then realized with that conversation, because it's got me thinking across borders, is as entrepreneurs, it means that the networks that you and I have is one day your child will call my child and say, "Jo, Oma Baba Onye."
Yes.
Because it's looking like, some people are shocked, as blindsided. But if as entrepreneurs we have the mindset of legacy, then our children will be and then we can look at it. It's not you put forth.
Exactly. So it's not. You said everybody. It will surprise you when you begin to talk to some people that their thinking is not everybody. Okay. A lot of people don't think of their business beyond their lifetime.
Okay.
So that legacy thing is not automatic. A lot of them that's put food on my table is what sets them out. The moment they have put food on their table, they have given their children good education, they have done everything. The business can just be there and just die when they too are probably going. So I give a very common example, and it's international. IBM.
Yeah, IBM has been IBM.
So I want to tell you that they were in one room when they called themselves International Business Machine. IBM. From the one room, there was a global mindset. Facebook, from secondary university, he wanted to connect the world.
Entrepreneur too.
From
Canada.
Yeah, I want to build businesses that would be exportable. So the purpose that you go into the thing with is what will drive everything you do.
So let me play the devil's advocate again.
Yes, play.
So because of the system and the society, I said as I said, we should not call Nigeria a society. I mean, but the kind of country that we're in and the amount of peer pressure, because when you go out and they say networking and all of that, and you tell somebody, oh, you're the CEO of Entrepreneurial, they first of all look at you. Where's your car? Where's your this? Where's your that? And let me share this because I'm also an entrepreneur. The times that I don't even go out. I don't even go out because you don't feel those pressures because you have burdens to bear.
Yeah.
And then you now ask yourself one day when everybody closes at 5. Yeah.
You are still grinding.
I are still grinding. I like Joe. Who sent you messages? And then it gets to the point where people begin to ask you, you've been working for X amount of years. What do you have to show for it?
Yeah.
That's a hard problem.
Yes. Yeah. It gets to you.
It gets to you. And then how then do you, because you don't have a Nepo daddy or a trust fund somewhere, and you just believe in this dream.
Yeah.
And the world celebrates results, and you can't take that away from them. So how then do people move that, okay, yes, I've done this for an amount of years, there is no tangible. See, the tangible is they want to see cars, they want to see Rolls Royce, they want to see. And recently with Sheyi Vodi celebrating Taylor, and people are like, oh, are you sure that they don't add anything to it and all of that? But that's hard work. That's hard work. That's smart work. So how then can people just sort of balance when they get to that point of pressure? Because it's a point of pressure.
Yeah. So basically, the thing still falls back to how and what you started to accomplish. So when you're on the journey, you can get to a stage and you begin to realize that, okay, maybe the journey is getting too long.
The journey
is just journey. There's no end to this journey.
Yeah.
So at that point, you begin to ask yourself why you got in the first place. Look at what your progress is. Some progress might not be financial.
Okay.
Yes, some progress the result might not be the money. The result might just be the impact you've created over time. Yeah, so I usually tell people that progress is relative. So it's according to your own situation and standard. So some of the things you have done over time can be where you now build encouragement from. Then that you are not making money too might not be because you are not doing the right thing. It might just be you have not found a way in your business to make money. So that becomes a head problem. Probably you now need to get some advisors on board. You need to do some trainings to elevate yourself to the next level, because every business will only rise as far as the leader. So you might have probably capped yourself at a certain level and you don't have the capacity to grow that business to a profitable state. So then the third part might be that, okay, maybe you might just need some partners. You have been doing this thing alone by yourself. Maybe it's time to just collaborate strategically with some other people that will now give you more room to expand on what you're doing.
Hold your thoughts. They say you should continue. Call us 070. I'm sorry, apologies. So call us back 0704 789 or you can send us a WhatsApp message 00923459113. Hello, good morning. Call us 0704 700 or 0704 100 7913. You can send us a WhatsApp message 080923459113. Hello, good morning. Please, I'd love to hear from you. Send us a WhatsApp message 080923459113. Quickly, let's talk about because entrepreneurship is not it's forever.
Yes.
Tell us a bit about Mind First. Hold on. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, good morning. My name is Chineye. I'm calling from Lagos, and I've been listening to your show.
Thank you very much, Chineye. Go ahead.
Right. So I want to say that success has much more to do with who you are than where you're located. And listening to the man that came from Toronto and saying that things are, painting that market, I disagree to the extent that being in better environment, even people leave the environment to seek a better life is because they recognize the challenges in the current environment in order to achieve their dreams. They recognize the frustrations and they seek a better life elsewhere. When they go out there, if they have a good plan and the patience, and to recognize that the system is better organized than where they're living back home. They have to be patient to go through the process of getting all the legal permits to operate whatever that dream is in that place. And if you pursue that process, it's a clearer process to pursue, and it's more definite, and it's less devoid of all the intricacies that frustrate those processes back home. So the time is too little for me to elaborate on some of the things I've said, but I can tell you that life in Canada or the United States, which I'm familiar with, if you want to start a business, and if you recognize that that business is really in demand, there will be, you will find it a lot more straightforward and clear in order to do all the necessary documentation, things related to having your business permit to operate, and you would have easier access to funds, by the way, if you have the right papers. So, the comparison between here, I totally disagree with what the guest is saying, to the extent that, if you stay back, no, there's a reason we are frustrated here, and it's not imaginary. These are real reasons. I mean, the obstacles in Nigeria, which we are all familiar with, they're there for you to see. Even right now, by the time you leave that studio and go home, you will see those obstacles. Yeah. You in Nigeria, we spend billions to build infrastructure like roads, airports, and all that. And at the same time, we actually set up obstacles that will frustrate those infrastructures that are supposed to move goods and services. You spend billions building roads. At the end of the day, you have VIO on the road. You have police checkpoints on the road. You have customs and all kinds of elements on the road, frustrating the movement of goods and services. There are little things we're not paying attention to. The show is too short for me to explain.
Don't worry. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. So that's systems and processes. And if we have, let me make you laugh. And so I went to eat somewhere, and I sat down, looked at the environment. It was okay, and the next moment, the he'll me be nice. The
waiter.
Not the waiter, the people from the government came in and started to disturb them.
Okay.
And I looked at it and I'm like, and I looked at the person attending to them and I'm like, this is a lot. Like, you open, and I had to sit down with the manager of the restaurant, and she was literally complaining that the moment they have done and that's why I picked from Chinoye saying that the processes, you open shop, you open business, everybody will come and collect. Even after you have sorted them out in Lausa, people still, the environment still wants to take a share, and you're like, Chefe Pamini, like that boy. And so what are your thoughts with the different people that they set out to come collect money?
So all these things are peculiar with our system because of the corruption thing. So that's a corruption problem.
It's a corruption problem.
Yes. So
I like the way you're highlighting everybody. Like everybody's collecting.
Because in abroad, one of the people that are my very close friends, she's a caterer in Toronto.
Okay.
She cannot do it from home.
She can't cook from home.
Yes, as much as she does not have the capacity to get all the requirements that is required by that government. Yeah, but you will see that kind of a thing will thrive in Nigeria here, because we don't have that kind of strict things in place. So that's the different systems, different scenarios. So the people that come and collect money repeatedly, they are just government officials that are corrupt. So that is still something we are fighting on a long term, because you can pay this money and you will pay the next money.
People will come and also come to collect money.
So that's a bigger problem. That is not entrepreneurship that would solve it.
That's a government problem.
That's a government problem. So when we begin to have maybe centralized payment systems that all of every government related payment can go through and can be confirmed. Yeah, so they are building one currently. I'm sure that very soon it will be announced. Yeah, so almost every payment can go through a centralized platform.
And we stop having people come and disturbing people.
Yeah, so because as they are disturbing you, you just open your system and you can practically show them that this payment has been made.
Let me ask you a trick question. Do you think Do you think corruption will let the digital space live and thrive? Because it's one thing for us to build a system.
That's deep. That's deep. So
and this is open to everybody for us to
just
think
talk
about.
Yeah, I feel that the digital space has traces. So what can be traced is very easy.
And what can be hacked?
So I will now know that it's hacked.
Okay.
Do you understand? So we know that they came and scattered the system. So, but digitally there are traces, so there are footprints that can be connected. So nothing will just suddenly vanish, like how things just vanish in the say rats came to eat it, snake swallowed something, and all of those. Something will not just disappear because there will be footprints. So that's how we hope that digitally it can be well managed, because there will be footprints to trace. I paid this way, the money went from this way to that way, and that was why they started this cashless money policy thing, that digital money is more traceable than cash. So that's what we are looking at.
Now my time is up. But quickly to the Mind Fest.
Okay.
When is it happening?
October 16th and 17th.
Mr. Tino, you are listening.
Event Center.
Tito Phillips will be a landmark. Please come and look for him.
Yes.
Have more conversation, because really we never can tell
what
if
can happen.
We can still jackpot you back.
Well, they are their own.
So when is it happening?
October 16th, 17th at Landmark Event Center.
Okay.
So it's featuring 3 things. There will be so conference for the head, there will be award for the heart, and there will be the trade fair for the hand. So
you really structured it.
Yeah, so we're being deliberate about the process we are going to solve this problem. So the problem is the human being. The Nigerian entrepreneur is the problem. So address him from his head, his heart, and his hand. If we can do that well enough, we'll build globally competitive businesses.
Okay. Finally, what's the one thing you want to see every entrepreneur has
in Nigeria?
Yes.
Find a purpose for your business existence that is more than money. Yes, that's how you make more money.
You like the money. Anyway, you already said that it's profit in purpose.
It's profit in purpose.
Thank you very much. And to everyone who's called in, listened in, thank you so much. And to so let me address the art of an entrepreneur. I celebrate you.
Yeah.
Yes, it's really not easy. I celebrate you. Well done. The billions will be complete. The billions will be complete. Debts will be paid, because the heart alone is carrying a lot of debt.
Yes, but plenty
debt.
Plenty.
So till we come your way again next week Saturday, like we always say on Signals, dream again, create opportunities for people, because people will be people. Keep creating opportunities. Have a wonderful week, and God bless.
Awesome. Thank you for having us. This show is your show.
Don't come, my guy. Don't